They coming, hit the button. Young World. So I seen the first 2 episodes of Hip Hop Uncovered. Definitely was popping. I definitely was feeling it. Can't wait to see the rest of it. Can't wait to see more of it. And I gotta say, like, from what I'm seeing, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely looking accurate. It's just so far I can say though, I think one person that should have been, I don't know if they're gonna mention him or not, is Jimmy Hinchman. Whether for right or wrong, good or bad, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, he definitely was a big part of the behind the scenes hip hop since back in the days. That's a whole different story, but I remember stuff like this, like the part where they was talking about how the banks or nobody wasn't funding the rappers were backed by the local drug dealers and stuff like that. That's definitely a fact. When I was a kid, I told parts of the story, a couple different videos growing up. I grew up different than most people, than the average kid. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the circle of a celebrity. So where I grew up at was at Larry Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Larry Holmes, the boxer Larry Holmes is where I'm from. From where I'm from, I grew up in the circle of Larry Holmes as a child. So I was exposed to stuff and seeing stuff that most people don't see growing up, unless you were, you know what I'm saying, grew up around a celebrity or related to a celebrity. Certain stuff you won't understand. But I remember, I'm not going to say other names besides Larry Holmes being, I grew up in the circle of Larry Holmes. I'm not going to say other names about, like, around, like, what I'm talking about basically is like how the local hustlers, I'll say, from where I'm from, I remember they bought rappers to my city when I was young. Eric B, Rakim, MC Lyte. Remember Kid and Play was over there. They used to bring them to the State Theater in Easton. It was right next to Larry Holmes' club back then. It was called the Round One. And what I'm saying, this is nothing. Larry Holmes wasn't doing this. This is other people around. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Larry Holmes wasn't funding this. This is other people around. Larry Holmes wasn't involved in like the rap scene and stuff like that. Larry Holmes was different. He was on some like jazz type stuff. He used to play in a band. He still is in a band, I think, and stuff like that. So I'm not saying Larry Holmes. I'm saying people around besides Larry Holmes. But I remember they used to bring rappers to the State Theater, and I was young. My mom was in the circle of the people that was around that main group. You know what I'm saying? So me, I was exposed to a lot of stuff growing up. I remember vividly. I remember one story where one of a goon that was around the circle, I say, that not, like I said, not Larry Holmes' goon, but a goon that was around that circle that was produced from Larry Holmes being the champ, I'll say. I remember one time he went and picked up Eric B from, I don't know if it was New York, airport, wherever he went and picked him up, but he was drunk when he went and picked him up. I mean, not Eric B, he went and picked up Rakim drunk. And that was like a little fracas. I remember they was talking about it. I remember when they brought him back, I guess Rakim had like a little attitude or whatever like that, because he was, you know what I'm saying, the goon was on all messed up and stuff like that. A couple little stories like that I remember being around. I remember, but there's one story I'm going to have to get some more clarification on before I speak about it. I'm going to have to add some more details about it. But there's a couple little stories I used to hear from the grown-ups when I was young. But I used to be at these shows. Shouldn't have been there. I was young as hell being at these shows that was coming, but I was probably around 10 years old, give or take a year or two, you know what I'm saying, if I can remember correctly. Maybe 12, maybe 9, 10, 11, something around when they used to come down to Easton, you know what I'm saying, the rappers and stuff like that. And it's definitely a fact that the local people, the hustlers from my town, was bringing rappers down there. That's how they was coming down there. So I could definitely vouch for that fact as a fact, you know what I'm saying? And back then it was way different than it is now. It was a way different time. Like, I wish I was older. I would always be sitting there saying, like, I wish I was older back then, you know what I'm saying? I wish I was older back then. It was like, my people's was a whole different, like my mom and them, they was involved in a whole different type of circle than the average people, you know what I'm saying? Just as far as like the exposure, the people they knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man, it's hard to explain, man. It's just hard to, when I think about times like that, it's just, we used to all have gold bracelets when we was young. We used to go to places in Dorney Park in limousines and stuff like that, man. Like, the people around us had the best cars. They had Porsches. They had the 300Zs, and nobody had them. They had the Sidekick Suzuki. It was just like so much stuff, man. It's hard. Like, I wish I was older back then. That's all I'll say, man, because it was definitely a sight to see. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a sight to see, but I'm definitely feeling this Hip Hop Uncovered so far. I can't wait till the rest of it comes out. I definitely got the series on record on my cable box. And that's all I'll say for now. But yeah, I think that Jimmy Henchman, they should have, I don't know if they're going to mention him or not, but Jimmy Henchman is a person that definitely should have been mentioned, or definitely was pivotal, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes in hip hop.